Thank you for tuning into the latest episode of the Splashcast, your go-to podcast for news and discussion in the world of sports. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our final segment of episode 165 of the Splashcast, Monday Night Raw. Our NBA segment, our basketball segment. I'm calling it NBA/basketball, but I have got to look at it. Listen, what is Ja Morant doing? Okay. There's been a lot of highlights posted in our group with the last couple of minutes that we're not going to be able to talk about this week, but we're probably going to talk this episode, but we're probably going to talk about it. But Cooper Flag, bro, I don't know what in Maine they did to create him in the lab, but he's so disrespectful with the way that he's dunking on everybody. Where's the bottle opener?
Yeah, I think he did on purpose, too. He knows that every eye is watching me, and the best thing I can do right now is let y'all know that I'm the realest of deals.
Is disrespect y'all at every turn possible.
And that NBA draft is one of those situations where you need to be the best that you can be to be number one, because this is a draft full of players. So I think he's going out there and he's doing his best to firmly implant himself as the number one pick. Now, while Reggie looks like it for a bottle opener, I am going to tell y'all that John Collins, he had 25 points tonight. John Collins, 28 points on 12 of 17 shooting, 2 of 4 from three-point line, 13 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, 5 assists, and a block. Jazz get their first win. Lauri Markkanen not playing with back spasms.
Well, I can't see anything, so we're just gonna have to talk through this.
That's fine. I'll lead the show for the rest. Number one, we found out that Papa's had some type of medical situation on the bench. I believe he is out for an indefinite amount of time. During this time, Mitch Johnson will be their interim head coach. Of course, we're sending all the thoughts and prayers to Pop. He's a good Samaritan, good human. Everything that you could ask for in a coach, a leader, an icon. Thoughts and prayers to that guy. Hope he gets well soon. Now, I'm sure he probably feels good that you got Chris Paul as your point guard to be a coach on the court till you get back.
Yep. I mean, it is good that I can't even switch scenes. Oh, yes, I can. Ha. Yeah, there we go. We flying blind right now. We going through the clouds. Yeah, it is good that you do have a good assistant coach, and you also have a good pipeline of assistant coaches. But if it's starting to affect his health, then I hope that he decides to sit down.
You gonna sit down with Wemby? You're gonna sit me down. You don't get that. I mean, you literally never get that ever in life. So yeah, you're gonna have to sit me down. Next up, while Reggie continues to attempt to fly blind, I'm sure y'all know by now that DeRozan came back to play against the Raptors. They interviewed Drake during, no. Okay. So they interviewed Drake, I think, towards the end of the third quarter, and they say, if you ever put a DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. Shout out to Kyle Lowry. Everybody called Drake sensitive. I don't know what lens y'all are looking at this through, but me, and I'm only going to speak for myself, a person who I believe that he considered his friend. If I see you in a rap video dancing while the world is calling me a pedophile, I don't think that it's sensitive if I don't like you no more. I think that's not sensitive. I think that is extremely reasonable. And I would expect my friends, family members, people who are close to me to not participate in suggesting me to be a pedophile. So yeah, everybody calling Drake sensitive. I think that y'all would have the same level of sensitivity if shoe was on the other foot. Red stripe, hooray beer.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It is what it is.
Like
But
people
then,
keep calling, oh,
you,
he's sensitive, he's so light skinned. Boy, no. You do that
yeah,
to
but
me,
to
we
get up
got
there, I mean, but it's obvious. Like you're like, I'll go take it down myself. I mean, I get what you're saying, and then also, it's just funny how all of this is playing out because there was a response from DeRozan who said he's gonna have to do a lot of climbing to get back there, but then there were some leaks about Drake saying "F out of here" genitalia. And DeRozan then played the Drake game and released and said that Chubbs and Drake were were Craig and Chris Tucker and Friday when Debo pulled up and said, I got mind control over Debo. He be talking, he tell me be quiet, and I listen. He be telling me shut up and I be quiet. And he said, but when he leave, I be talking. And that's what basically you said, you ain't say nothing to me while I was there.
And the bad part is, if I remember correctly, DeRozan's nickname is Debo, and they were dressed like Craig and Day.
Mm-hmm.
Or excuse me, not Craig and Day.
There you go.
But yes. So at the end of the day, this means nothing because nobody's actually going to fight anybody. But y'all calling Drake sensitive. If he's sensitive for that, then I too am sensitive. But I think that y'all are as sensitive as I am. Or let people who you consider your friends call you a pedophile and see how it feels.
Yeah. So then you also have there we go. Well, I'm struggling over here.
Ron Artest's son dressed just like Ron Artest. This is a hell of a Halloween outfit. I don't think that you could probably nail it anymore. Like the tear is perfect. And they got same shaped head. They look like twins. Now, I'm too afraid of Ron Artest to actually think that this is funny. But I guess if you're his kid, then you are either
this
as crazy
hilarious.
as him.
I mean, this is funny to me. Ron Artest, though, I'm sure at 6'8", 250 pounds, that can beat up literally anybody, and we've seen. I'm sure you don't pose no threat to that man. So if you dress up as Ron Artest, if he decide, hey, I don't like it, I mean, all right, well, I'll get out the way.
All right, Pops, I'll take this off.
Yeah,
you know what?
But
I will say he nailed it. And it's funny as hell. I hope that Ron had a good laugh at it too. Unfortunately, it looks like we've lost Paolo Banchero for the foreseeable future with a torn right oblique. This is sad because he just had the 50-point game. Me and Reggie were talking about just if this guy continues just to play at this level.
Almost had another triple-double after that.
He's basically a Hall of Famer as well as he continues to play. And he had the Magic playing at a high level. They're not that's not sustainable without him. He is the engine. He is the whole car over there that makes everybody else's job easier. I hate to see this because it was so good to watch him play. And Hawks, y'all have to be better than Orlando now.
As you say, follow the money. Who does this fall on now? Who did they just pay?
Franz.
Jalen Suggs is the one that just got that contract. If you don't remember,
well, Franz got his money too, if I remember correctly.
He did.
But their expectation without Paolo, you can't. I mean, I think that Suggs makes it worse because he's not very good. But he's not. If they're not good, you can't blame me, bro. Y'all number one pick ain't here. Y'all didn't pick me number one for sure.
He was he wasn't the number one overall pick, but he was their number one pick. He was a first round pick. He was a lottery pick. If I'm not mistaken.
He ain't playing terrible. 17 points.
I didn't say he was playing terrible. I just said you the guy now. You are the guy.
17 points, 17, 5 and 4. I think that you need more creation out of him. But I don't know how much more creating he can do.
I'm about to say it's not his game. He's a defense and he can hit the three type of guy. Cavs
still undefeated. They won again today. I don't know who they played today, but they continue to win. I don't want to believe in them yet. I might be wrong. I'm okay with
Why would
being
you be wrong?
wrong.
They don't have the roster to believe in yet.
Okay, so I'm not crazy. I sometimes I get into things and now people think that, but yeah, like the starting lineup is solid. That bench is trick bag. Ty
Darius Garland
Jerome,
had 39,
Karis
2, and
LeVert.
8 today. And they beat the Bucks
Yeah.
again. They played the Bucks again.
Oh, now I'm gonna tell y'all, it's two things that's done piss me off that I don't like. Number one, Quinn is not gonna win as many games as Nate McMillan during Nate McMillan's tenure. I know y'all are like, oh, it's different, but I assumed that if we were gonna get Quinn, we were gonna win more games. I don't think that anybody wanted Quinn to lose more games. And then also Doc Rivers and Adrian Griffin. Doc Rivers looks terrible.
Yep.
And continues.
How would you get, Giannis? And you one of my favorite players.
Oh, Giannis finna get the hell on out of there. He finna sink that team and dip
straight to New York. They already talking about New York or Miami, New York or Miami. So
I saw the Thunder.
Joel Embiid got into a physical altercation with a reporter. That means he shoved the reporter who recently wrote about a column about Embiid that referenced Embiid's late brother and his newborn son. For context, it did not highlight Embiid in a positive light. For those, I don't know if y'all can see, I can't adjust the camera right now. So what we'll do is I'll just read it to you. The column reporter was Marcus Haynes. He said, Joel Embiid consistently points to the birth of his son, Arthur, as the major inflection point in his basketball career. He often says that he wants to be great and leave a legacy for the boy named after his little brother, who tragically died in an automobile accident when Embiid was in his first year as a 76er. Well, in order to be great at your job, you first have to show up for work. Embiid has been great at just the opposite. Now in his 11th season, he consistently has been in poor condition. This poor conditioning apparently seems to have delayed his debut this season. Embiid won't play again in Wednesday's opener or the next two games after. And close. I'll let you go first. Basketball is your thing.
Okay, so the first thing they said was Embiid saw him, they exchanged barbs, and then Embiid made his way over there, pushed him in. Then went on to say, next time you say something about my dead brother or my son, I will have to make a decision, and I'm committed to those consequences. That should remind you of earlier in this very same episode where that policeman was handing out rights and lefts for all of the people who need it. Now, I'm a reader. So the point where he talks about leaving a legacy for his little brother or bringing up that his brother passed away, that was not needed. Like, there was never a point where you needed to talk about that. You could have just really cut the whole first paragraph and just said, well, in order to be great, you first have to show up and Embiid is great. It just the opposite. If you just talked about his play, then he can be butthurt, but he has to be butthurt with himself because you're right. He doesn't play enough and he's hurt when you need him. But when you start talking about people's relatives who are no longer with us and their children, then you've taken this to a different place. And I'm pretty sure that if you saw this 7-foot Cameroonian man by himself in the streets, you wouldn't talk to him like that. So I'm glad that he walked over there. I'm glad that he put his hands on you. And I'm glad that he told you that whatever he has to do next time, he is okay with it. So he's letting you know there can and will be a next time if you keep this up. And he's already considered the problems that come with that. I think you should do the same. We need to bring back punching people in the face.
So I agree. It was unnecessary. And I don't know. I understand. I don't understand.
It was low.
I like
it was
sport.
low.
Oh, I like sports. I talk bad about coordinators, about players in their performance on the field. Not once have I ever brought up somebody's personal pain and suffering as an excuse or as a reason of validation for my point that I'm making. Marcus Haynes, I'm assuming to be in the locker room, has to be some type of Philly beat writer, which means you've been around Embiid now for, if your career is longer than Embiid's career, you've been around Embiid for 11 years.
Oh, they're not good. They're like DeMarcus Cousins and the dude that he was getting into it with Sacramento.
That's fine. But that don't matter to me. Whether I don't like you or not is fine. But you've been around me for 11 years. You cannot like me professionally. It is what it is. You don't believe I'm a good basketball player.
To your opinion.
You can have that opinion. But you know how much my brother's death hurt me. He was away from camp. He was away from home. He had only been playing basketball for 3 years at that point, I think. Yeah. 3 or 4 years. He's away from home, and the first news he gets after he goes and comes to the NBA is that his brother dies. His younger brother. All my screens just went blank. Okay. I have a younger brother. But to have a younger brother, to have a younger sibling pass away with their life ahead of them, I've had that scare. It is chilling. And for you to use that as a reason for me is crazy. Can you still hear me, Norwood?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to let you go. I'm assuming that y'all can see me. I am completely in the dark here. So, but I can't believe that you would think that that's okay to validate your point, even if you don't like me. And now that I know that you just said that he don't like him, you lucky that I was in my right mind to have enough common sense to not lose my mind on you when I saw you. My child, my son, and my brother you're speaking about. Those are the two most important events that have happened to me in my adult life. My brother passed away that I loved, and my child is born. And you use that as a reason.
Clarify some things. Let's clarify some things. You talking about his legacy. He's a Hall of Fame basketball player. Let's just go ahead and put that into context. Hall of Fame basketball player. This is a guy who wasn't playing basketball until what? 10th, 11th grade?
Mm-hmm.
He went from I never played this sport to I'm the best. I am the most valuable player. So, like, number one, you're a lazy, shitty writer. If this is what it takes for you to get your point across, you suck at your job. Then on top of that, why anybody would want to take the worst moments a human has ever experienced and use that as your jumping off point, it's despicable. And once again, I hope that he puts his hands on you. That's it. But be tough.
Be
Slap
tough.
this shit out you. Hey, and everything that I've seen, everybody's like, well,
it is what it is. Like you said,
play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah, that's like when you be in the lunchroom and you be like, dang, he beat the shit out of that dude. Well, I mean, he slapped his sister. Well, I mean, all right.
Bruh, and if he put his hands on you, it won't be nobody saying, oh, Embiid wrong. I hope he save it up. I hope he save it up and slap fire at you, boy.
Yep. But, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about the Hawks, but I have no screens. Like, everything is dark, and if I restart everything, it's going to end up cutting everything off. So we're going to end the episode here. Hawks are 3-4. Update, they lost by 30 to the Celtics.
The whole team is hurt, yo. Y'all know
everybody's hurt. We beat the Pelicans because Jalen Johnson is about to be most improved player by far. It's not even going to be close.
Oh, the Pelicans' whole team, they might be more hurt than us. I think they're missing 4 starters.
Yeah.
McCollum, Murray, Zion.
Zion didn't play. And the dude that just got the extension.
Oh, and not
Trey
not
Murphy.
hurt, but Trey Murphy. You're right. Yeah, 4 out of your 5 starters don't play. You're gonna lose, even to the Hawks, who are terrible.
Yep.
We bad though, boy.
But Norwood, if we ain't miss anything, take us out.
I'm gonna keep it simple and to the point, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1, more black cowboys, more black cowgirls. Actually, that's number 2. Number 1, more black baseball. More black baseball. More black baseball. And the Yankees lost. How about that? Number 3, the historically black college university in your neighborhood. The one that you and your cousin used to sit in the back of the church that they went to, send some money over there. The historically black college university in your neighborhood. The one you go to for homecoming, step shows, etc., to be around your people, send some money over there. And then finally, the greatest learning institution in all the world, one of the best HBCU football teams in the nation, the Hampton University. Support the blue and white. We only ask for $18.68. Outside of that, thank you guys for rocking with us. Shout out to Reggie enjoying the Georgia Equinox. Shout out to the majority of my teams doing what we needed done. Outside of that, we love you guys. See you soon. Splashcast playlist out on Wednesday. This is out on Thursday.
We out of here. Peace. Love y'all. Remember, like, follow, subscribe. We out of here. Peace.
Wait, hold on. What should they do? Like, follow, subscribe. Thank you, my friend. Be here for it.